fresh idea for using up your scrap paper. This video will save you time and money and show you how to do just that. Welcome, my crafty friends. I'm Dawn, creator of DD Creates Crafts, and this is the channel for simple cards, helpful hints, duplicatable ideas you'll be able to make just by watching this video. Come on in. I've got some great ideas for you. I'm going to show you how to make a card, and let's get started. Going to turn you down now. Excuse me, please. All right, welcome to my hot mess. And this is part of the video. What are we gonna do with our scraps? What do we do with this hot mess? So I wanna show you a couple ideas, how to get started. This paper is a Wash and Beauty. This is what it looks like, all gorge. And these are some of my scraps from this particular designer series paper. So when I was staring at my scraps, what spoke to me was this pink. It just stood out to me, and that is polished pink. So I pulled that for us. So I just wanted to show you, show and tell, a little ideas of how, I'm afraid to tell you how my brain works because you might get afraid and not watch my videos anymore. But I'm going to show you a little bit. What do we do with this scrappy fun? What do we do with all this hot mess? So let's get us a little layer. What we're going to do is make card layers. I'm going to save you time, but we're going to make layers for our cards in advance. So cut you some 5 1/4 by 4-inch layers. You can go to your designer series paper, visually decide and choose your favorite solid colors that you want to use for your layers, not bases. And then let's go from there. Let's pull us some scraps and let's see what we can do with this. And this isn't my main project, but I just want to pull some scraps and see and get some ideas and just show you, what do we do? What do we do? So I'm thinking we got this. These match. So what if I lay this down and lay this down, maybe like that? Let's crisscross it. These are scraps from the solid paper. That'll go that way. And we could leave it as is and then put the sentiment there. We could put that there. I think it needs a little something, something. So let's layer it with something a little darker. What do you think? Here's layer number 1. I'm not even gonna assemble it. I'm just playing with these scraps just to show you how you can just make you a little pile, pick your layer, and go from there. So here's layer number 1. I'm gonna put this aside because I'm gonna actually assemble this for myself. So I'm gonna move these little scrappies out of the way. And let's go to my second pile, which is Hues of Happiness. This is actually a suite, but here's all the pretty colors from this particular designer series paper. And with my scraps, what spoke to me at the moment, maybe it's just a mood, you know? But what stood out to me with my scraps was the yellow color, some gold, some yellow, and this is the Daffodil Delight. So I did cut myself a layer to use for these particular scraps, the Hues of Happiness, and let's see what we could do with this. So we could do something similar. There's a bunch of ideas. This is pretty. It goes both ways. So we could use this side. That fits lovely. We could go to this side, which is just speaking to me. I just think that looks lovely. We could layer this on top. We could put a little, I don't like that. Let's see, I like more. Let's do something like this. We could leave that and give it a go. But look at this. I've got some triangles, really? So let's turn this way and see how we do. And I'm liking the way this is starting to look. What do you think about that for a layer? And just as a beginning, and I visualize a circle die cut right here to put a sentiment on, and of course the bling and what have you. So this flips over, but it's the same side, so we could do this, we could do this, but either way with my yellow, I've chosen some scraps to work with. You could then, I'm gonna set that aside, come back, we could do some stripes. This is lovely. I don't like that with it. This I really like with this dark one. So we could just go nutso, crazy, just having fun, putting some scraps together. I do pre-cut out some of my flowers, so what if we put a little flower bouquet and really go nuts just with the scrap paper that we have. This has some navy in it, that's pretty together. So I just want to share with you, without making ideas, just how you can come in with your scraps and kind of create, but make a layer that's going to save you time, and down the road, you're going to, look at that. Anywho, I get some ideas. Pinks, pretty, pretty, pretty. Some more flowers. Ooh, that's a pretty one, isn't it? So anyway, I wanted to give you some ideas with this and pull in some more colors. And now I want to share with you the real one, the star of the show, which is, let me look it up. It's called Butterfly Kisses. So this is 6x6 paper. Yes, it's in a baggie. It fits beautifully, and this is how I store my scraps, you guys, is my scraps stay with the original designer series paper. So all my little bitty scraps go in one spot. This is what this paper looks like in real life. This is gorgeous paper. 6x6, look at all these designs. We could go nuts with this scrap paper, and I do go nuts. I mean, look at it. And this has the butterflies. This is the paper I'm using for my August card class. So I'll encourage you to press the button, click on the button that says community, and you'll see a sneak peek of the August class. But we're actually going to fussy cut some of these butterflies to put on the cards, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun. But look at all these cute, sweet, lovely, lovely, lovely scraps that I can use and did use, and that's what I wanted to share with you. So for my base, I chose just a white. And I'll show you how we can use different color bases and how it'll change the colors. Yep, I do have them right here. So I've got a couple bases, the Parakeet Party and Calypso Coral, I think, and then your basic white. These can be bases that'll show you, once we decorate, how different just having a pre-made layer can change just by changing the color base. And again, gonna save you time by having some layers already made up. So I have taken the liberty of already gathering some scraps. I did die cut some solid paper of the Parakeet Party, which is one of our in colors, into, I think it's about a 2x2, but this is which Stylish Shapes dies, and here are your die shapes. So that is this particular one right there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles, and 1, 2, 3, 4 banners. You get 15 dies for 30. So this is a big bang for your buck. And if you ordered nothing more than this, you will get my card kits for free. But I recommend in July you bump your order up to 50, because then you get free stuff from Stampin' Up! And free stuff from me, Dee Dee Creates Crafts. I'm gonna send you some free stuff. So what I thought we'd do, I made a bunch of these squares, some of the different colored scrappies. And these squares, let's look. The base is your 5 1/4 by 4. Die cut 5 of the 2x2 squares, and I did use the Stylish Shapes like I shared. And then cut 5 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 designer series paper. And that's how we're gonna get started with our demonstration for this particular video. Now, the reason I even do Dee Dee Creates Crafts channel is to introduce you to me, introduce you to Stampin' Up! Products, and then show you how to use the products. I want to teach you simple cards and projects that you can use these products over and over and over and over again. Did you know the biggest sale of the year is in progress right now as we speak? And let me show you some of the freebies you can get just from placing an order this month. Sale-abration. If you watched my previous video yesterday, look, hippo stamp, hippo dies. paper. This paper is so versatile. Oh my goodness. Then the lifelike stamps that you can color. Then there's some gold and silver designer series paper, some sentiment stamps, dies that match a stamp set in the full-size catalog, and then some beautiful, beautiful flowered paper with a stamp set. Freebies, absolutely free. You can't buy any of those. You can only get them for free with an order of 50 or more this month. And when you order products with me, it helps support this channel. So thank you for doing that. Let's get on to step 2, which is to emboss your base layer. Because it was white, because I'm only gonna decorate half the side, I wanted it to have some embossing and to have a little oomph to it and just to have a little more something to it. So what I thought we could do with this is I'm gonna take the triangles, and if you've watched my scrap paper playlist, you've seen me make inchies, 1 inch by 1 inch squares, and I actually line them up like this. And then I made a strip to go in our scrapbooks and to go in on our cards. I'm gonna turn it this way. So I'm gonna line this up like this. I'm gonna glue it down, and then we're actually gonna cut this side off, completely off. So let's go this way. I'm only going to adhere about half down is what I'm guessing. There it is. I was looking for my little silicone craft sheet because, yeah, I might do just that. Do I want a little more, you guys? Let's go a little more. I'm gonna push it sideways to the right and just pull it back to the left till I just have that white corner covered up. So this is not lined up with the edge, but I really want all my different fun stuff to be showing. Now I gotta look where I want everything. So let me go this way. Da, 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 da. I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so let's line this up. And I'm gonna kind of line my point up with my point and go right there. And do we want this one next or this one next? Let's do our stripey, how about that? And again, with your scraps, you can choose what order you do them. Whoa, Nelly, I pushed it a little bit. All right, let's do a little more. Line her up. And I'm kind of eyeballing right here to get a straight line. Here's some pretty hearts. And this I'm gonna pull down a little to here. So let me pull this. No, I should have pulled that down a little, and I did not. It's gonna be a little wonky right there. Can I move that, you guys? Not really, but I'm gonna. Okay, let's see if I can move that back up. It's good, not great, but we're okay with that. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over. So all this excess is what I'm gonna cut off. So let me start here. Let me come back to here. Not sure what kind of accent that is. That's gonna look pretty cool. All right, now we're gonna just follow. We're gonna use the layer upside down as a template as we cut, 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 cut. Well, I got a little wonky there. Let me see. Definitely wonky. So I gotta trim that up a little. I hope and I think I'm good to go. So I'm gonna move my little mat that helps with the gluing. Nothing sticks to that mat, which is why I like it. All right, this is pretty stinking cool. Do you guys like that so far? I thought that's pretty cool. All right, so then I made a little label, not even a label, I fussy cut one of the sentiments. It's the free sentiments from the Celebration. I just fussy cut it out, and I'm going to adhere it to the bottom here of this layer. Then I have all kinds of, this is the In Color matte dots. So these green dots match exactly. Let me start with you. Yeah. Oh yes, definitely. Don't you want to sing that song? Oops, I did it again. Okay, I do not have a singing voice. Da, da, da. All right, let's just put her right there. Pretty good. Now we could add a bow if we want. We could leave it just like that if we want. But here's my demonstration where I wanted to share with you. Here's your card layer on a white base. Now here's your card layer on a Calypso coral base, and here's your card layer on the matching parakeet something. I'll look it up. It's parakeet something. It's one of our new in colors, and that looks sugar sharp as well. Now I've made you some other samples of just some sample layers. These are just the layers. And again, all of these, I'll share with you how they will look if we put them on the different color bases. Yeah, there we go. You see? It just changes the look. So feel comfortable making your layers without knowing what base you're going to put it on, because you'll figure it out, and it will definitely match more than one base. Now this is one sheet, and I just cut it out following the natural curve of the actual paper. So that's a little different. And then I did edge the circle with some of the matching ink. But again, here's what it looks like on the different color. Here's what it looks like on the white. So I just feel like you could save yourself some time by making some card layers using your scrap paper and having I did emboss that one as well, and then I cut out a square. You could leave the square blank and then put your sentiment on the actual card base, or I went ahead and put another piece of scrap paper in there. But you can see how the different color bases just change. Look what I did. Just change your layers. So I just think this is a cute and fun and simple way to make up some bases, to use up your scraps, and to save you some time. This ribbon is what I've used for most of the cards. This is, it's a crinkled seam binding ribbon, and this is the ribbon that we'll be using for our cards for the August card kit. So you'll get some of this paper, you'll have 2 designs, 4 cards, you'll get some ribbon, you'll get some bling, and when you order 50 or more, you're gonna get some free bling from me and your card kits. So this is your stylish shapes we talked about, and that's how I cut out the squares, the circles, the little peekaboo window. These squares, these were scraps, but that label, and I just cut off one side because I wanted it lined up. But what do you think? Would you do this? What do you think? Would you make layers in advance not knowing what you're going to use them for? Is that something in your comfort zone? Would you feel comfortable doing this? I think you would enjoy it. It saved me some time. You can make them all from one color palette, like the butterfly paper. That's what I did with this one. It's all the butterfly paper. But you saw with the other ones, I had the hues of happiness, and then I had the awash in beauty. So it just depends on what you have left over with your scrappies, what you're going to do with it. Are you having fun? Did you learn something? Go boop and hit the like button for me. And just that will help YouTube know that you've enjoyed this video. All right, I'm gonna turn you up now. And if you want more videos like this, all you need to do is hit subscribe button. Don't worry about subscribing. No one contacts you and your name is not made public. You can feel totally confident subscribing because I want you to find me again. Now I'm truly gonna turn the camera up. So I want you to tell me in the comments section, are you gonna give this a try? Is this a tip, a technique you would try on your own and you would save it? I mean, look at these. I've got all these layers done. I can just put aside and then they're good to go when I'm ready to make a card. What? And of course you could put the bases to it, but at least these are done and we've used up some scraps. So we've saved some money by using up our scraps, but we've also saved ourselves some time. So this is all I got for you today, but I want you to remember, Sale-a-bration is in full swing. It's the biggest sale of the year. I also want you to remember to subscribe. I want you to remember to like this video, and most importantly, I want you to remember to come back and see me again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, you guys.